running correctly. And then make sure to pause our playback. Yep, looks like we're going. Alright, greetings and salutation, everyone. The wife tells me that the internet's being a little bit jerky today, so we may or may not have a successful stream. We'll just have to play it by ear. We'll do our best. There's a lot of stuff I kind of want to tackle on today's stream, and some of it's going to involve like getting some tweets out and doing some things, and I don't know. We're just going to have to see how it goes. But I did DDOcast over the weekend, a hot takes episode of DDOcast. I want to put on Front Street, like I did on DDOcast, that I was also sick. But I stand by pretty much everything I said on that episode of DDOcast. I guess there's some people that might be a little bit upset that I represent the portion of the population that I do represent, the gamer population. I don't have a number right off the top of my head. I feel like roughly somewhere between 15 and 30% maybe of the population, probably a little less, probably closer to 25, but somewhere in that window. From what people talk to me about, the comments I see, the stuff that people send me tells about, or they stop me, or they ask me about, stuff like that. And maybe that's part of the Samius personality or whatever that I've put out over the years. I don't know. I mean, it probably is. I feel like I've had a lot of these issues for quite a long time. And they weigh on me more and more as time goes on, and they come out more often. So I noticed a couple of people had some problems with my appearance on DDOcast. So I kind of just wanted to address that a little bit. And that's okay. I'm glad that I am not the person that's representing your point of view, people who think I'm wrong. Or people who think I'm not informed about something in the game. Because that means you're having a different player experience than what I'm having. The neighbor dog has come out. So, the fact that I'm in the minority when I have these fears is a good thing. And it just means that even if I don't necessarily like the way that we're going, that the game is going, that means that there's enough people that the game can continue to go that way. Even if that means at some point I have to get off the train that is the DDO game, that's okay. I just don't want the people that I also represent, because they feel unrepresented, to step off the train also, and then you have a terrible crash because all of a sudden 25% of the player base is gone or something. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I do what I do, and I say what I say, and I try to be the representative for the people who see things the way I see them. And if that's a problem with me being on DDOcast for you, then sorry. As long as Patrick wants me to be on the show and represent what I represent, the voice of the people that I represent, I will continue to be honored to be his guest. So, if that means you start skipping every time you hear Samius is on, or you just don't watch those episodes, I'm sure Patrick would really like you to stick around. I would like you to stick around as well. But I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. So, that being said, we might get into the weeds on some of the stuff that I think is wrong with the Epic Destiny changes. People seem to think that I don't know what I'm talking about, or I have no idea what's going on, or whatever. So, I'm not going to lie and say that I've gone through everything with a fine-tooth comb. But I feel like I generally come from stuff from a relatively knowledgeable position. And yeah, I'll definitely admit Update 51 has not been that great for me. Like I said, I've been really sick the last handful of days. My fever finally broke over Sunday morning. and I'm finally starting to kind of come back on the other side of it. So I do feel a little bit behind, but not that behind. Right? Not so behind that I feel like that people can give me a hard time about where I am in the process of the switch over to the Epic Destinies. So, all that being said, I generally just want to play and get some experience. So, unless people decide to put me down this trail, down this path, I think we're just going to probably start some sort of questing. Wow, nobody's on, huh? It's okay. Let's see. I think we are somewhere in the middle of Evening Star Chapter 1. I think we're at the last quest, to be honest. So we could start that. I don't think the XP boost is running, like the extra XP boost is going anymore. I think that ended this morning sometime. So that's... God, okay. What do we get? Some buffs. Potion of Rising Fury. Alright. Alright, so yeah, I guess we just put up an LFM for... whatever here. I think it's a 5 or 6. Reaper, question mark. Always like to do question mark in case we get a full group and people want to step it up a little bit. So people aren't expecting to only do Reaper 1, but we'll start on Reaper 1. Let's see. E-Star Chain 1. And that's the last quest. Alright, and then that thing is called... the Battle for Evening Star. Alright, so that plus 4 levels or 5 levels? 21. I think it's 21 plus 5. So I think I could go to 26. But I'm honestly not 100% sure. What's your stat? Yeah, I haven't really been doing these quests at all, to be really honest. Just haven't. Alright, so the other thing that we're going to do, key over there really quickly. So we're going to take a minute and take a little bit of a time to look at some gear. I don't think there'll be a lot, but we are level 24 now, so maybe. I did a little bit of piking over the weekend, even though I didn't feel very well. There was just too much experience not to try to pike in there when you could. I posted some of that over on the Twitter feed. Some of those numbers. There we go. Closed. Try again. All right, so 21 to 24. We'll put 25 in. And so we just don't physically have that much stuff. Right now we're wearing a Improved Quelling Strikes, Profane Well-Rounded Mythic 3 hat. Yeah, we could put on a Memories hat, right? That might be better. You know what, let me leave this at 21 actually, and let's just put up hats, for example. So I feel like I don't usually take time to gear very much after level 20, so this is nice. Am I willing to give that stuff up for my con item? Is there a different belt that we want to wear? Not really. We could put this belt on maybe as a It's a mild upgrade. Mild is the right word. Back to head, right? So I've got... I don't think any of these do anything for us really, right? Maybe the additional poison damage would be something. Versus the Quelling Strike? Whatever, let's try it. This is the time to play and have a good time, right? We're just experimenting with whatever. This doesn't mean anything. Neck is a thing. A set. So these bracers are reinforced fists, so they have to kind of stay. Ring, maybe? Oh, we did lose our profane well-rounded, didn't we? Our strength. This would give a little bit more strength, maybe. Actually, I don't even know if this is going to be a gain or not. So that's 54. 58. Yeah, okay. Good enough. What are our melee combat stats over here? What do we got? None of our attack speed and stuff. Is that over here? There we go. Yeah, see, there's no attack speed bonus right now. So we need to slot haste in something, right? That's the answer. Speed is what it's called. Topaz. What is that called? Is it speed? I feel like it's speed. Spell agility. I'm pretty sure it's a topaz. What's that called? Swiftness. Swiftness. Okay. Level 16 to kind of make up what we have. That looks like the only one that we have. Yeah, that looks right. So we could put it on something like on our set. If there's an open slot, which it doesn't look like there is in that set. Part of what... Oh, did we have boots? I feel like we have boots that we were considering. Maybe the boots... These are 25. I was thinking about switching into these. And that would kind of fix our problem if we can limp until level... Limp until level 25. You know what? I don't have a problem with figuring out something between now and level 25. Alright, so where do we want to slot this swiftness then? Blue slot there. Let's put it in this trinket for now. Call that good enough? Probably. I think that's the least amount of hassle. And I'm okay for the path of least resistance today. Alright, so... Couple people hanging out. Not millions of people, but it's good to see you guys. Hope you guys had a great weekend. All right. I know that I probably should collect those or sell them or something, but just don't think I care. I feel like this cloak has the potential to be interesting sometime, so I wanted to keep one. This might be okay, actually. I'm not generally a big fan of putting hit points on a trinket, but I don't think we currently have a lesser displacement type effect going on. This thing's really not doing that much for us besides the swiftness and the mythic 3, which we can just throw back on someplace else. I guess we are getting some value from the plus MMR. But I think we could basically do the same thing. I think this will feel a little sturdier, perhaps. And yeah, I dislike the idea of having okay, sorry. I just have to keep an eye on some various work things that are going on today as well. Many fires in the iron. Oh, I said it that way on purpose. Anyhow. Let's see if we can't finish tidying things up, and then I guess we'll go start. Not a lot of LFM hitting action either. It's kind of surprising. It is a weird spot to kind of start the chain. And I recognize that. Let's see. Some of these things are potential garbage. And some of these things are interesting to take a look at. My potential upgrades, for example, this happens to be a Mythic 3 version of this ring. I don't know what version of this ring I have, or trinket. Same thing with, like, this happens to be a +1 version of the ring. I don't know if I have a +1 version. I've not been doing a good job on that kind of bookkeeping. It's just never been something that I particularly have had a skill at. Okay. We definitely are going to probably going to want some sort of hireling assistance. Anardo is in bandwidth here, not you. That's taken care of. Yeah, I think we'll just have to be careful because I definitely feel underpowered on this build compared to quite a few of my other builds. But if we are just doing things on R1 and I'm careful, I think we'll be okay. Just make sure nothing else. This whole chain's going? I don't want to do that now, though. I heard the wife say something, but not what she said. If it's important, she'll say it again. I didn't hear it. All right. Battle for Evening Star. This shouldn't be that bad, except for... I like the casters who eat the other people to get repowered up. That can be a little bit tricky. I mostly need an Ardo to just heal me up between fights and make sure that I don't die in the middle of something. Okay, hit this button. Probably should have summoned that dog, I guess, too. There's a paralyze already, so that's good. At least we got that out of the way. Being made completely helpless in the first 5 seconds of the fight. Done.
It's a very intense moment. The chance to try something nobody's ever tried before.
Thanks, my friend. I appreciate the support, as always. Sarlona hype. Alright, hit that one, hit this one. Alright, he took care of business. So what are you up to today, buddy? Which annoying person are you? Just working? Just working it. Alright. I hit everything but her. True master. Oh, so bad. And I need a Nardo to take care of himself and not draw additional aggro. And he's not doing that today, it looks like. The damage is so bad. Pretty sure I have all my available points spent also. Most of them in the Fury of the Wild Tree. Definitely need to spend more time hitting the Fury button boost though. Of course. Alright, well now that she's knocked down, I think I can keep her knocked down. And if I can keep her knocked down, I think I can just kill her. No, she got up. Alright. God, she just eats things from so far away. Well, right now she's stoned, right? She's not, she can't take any actions while she's stoned. Now she's unstoned naturally. And we pulled in these guys. Nardo's down. Yeah, this build might just make life tough. We might just have to pike our way right through it. I feel like there's always a way to make something work out. Sometimes that's just not true. Or at least have fun doing it. But I should be able to get through this quest. No, not that button. Okay, that worked out. So this is my biggest boost attack, which is why I try to do it after I do the boost. Right? It's a W6 attack. It's kind of the only way that I really get an opportunity to do damage on this thing. What the? Are Are you serious right now? You are serious right now, okay? Put a Fear Reaper all the way back here. Oh, that one was also a Fear Reaper. Oh my god, I did it. Once in a while. Every once in a while, my gameplay is not the tightest. Alright. Okay. We don't have to kill that mess of crap. We can go around, sort of. Okay. Definitely think it's going to take some time to adjust. I think it's going to be pretty good after a certain point, but getting to that point is going to be a little tougher than we're used to doing. That'll keep most of the drow from spawning, except for the names. Let's make sure that nobody's hit the elephant and I just missed it. Which is not what happened. It's really quiet today on Solona versus this level range, I guess. I like how lighting these torches are supposed to stop things from spawning, the drow from spawning, and yet they just spawn directly next to it. This thing hasn't spawned over here. Is that him finally? Nope. Still not. There he is. Some sort of Reaper spawned, took off. That Reaper is currently beaten on nothing, so let it do that. I'm honestly not even sure I need to get involved in this fight. Are you serious? Stop! Okay. Finally, maybe. Alright. Those two can just bite it out, right? We're not worried about them? I'm not worried about them. Okay. Really? Another? Behind? Okay. Alright. I'll send Dorcas down there to pull that. Problem should path this way. We should just be able to clean it up, knock our Dungeon Alert back down to get ready for the next fight, as well as make up for that extra torch that we skipped earlier. Again, we have to play a little bit smarter than I think we normally would on a Barbarian, just because I feel underpowered by quite a bit. There's no real weapon upgrade for me at the moment, so I'm essentially still wearing my level 15 stuff. I mean, you guys just watched me put on whatever gear that we had that was some level besides level 15, basically. So there's definitely some additional challenges with this build that I think, if you were doing this a lot, I don't think it would be as problematic. Right, you'd have hand wraps a little bit more often. Like you'd probably have something at level 20 to put on that you like. I looked at crafting another pair of hand wraps at 20, but the big difference would be not a lot of gain for those resources spent. Okay. So Duder is not here yet. Beat up some more guys. I think what I'm going to try to do is try to like leap in and uncall. Yeah, they're all active now. I was going to try to leap in and uncollar one or two of these slaves. Hopes that I could get assistance. Looks like that's not going to happen though. So I made a terrible mistake. Leap? No. Let's go. Terrible mistake made. Where's Dorcas? It's way back there. Okay. So what happened is I basically let myself get pulled down into the next encounter. Mostly because I think I got too close with this Carnage Reaper, and that Carnage Reaper let everybody else kind of like come into the game. Trying to move in a situation where we can clear this. Let's go. Clear this hassle. He's down. That guy's down. All right, let's get back to the caster before he leashes. Nice. All right. So I think we're still gonna have some trash coming up, hitting us, and then white dotting off. But I think it's still worth it to get this loot finished right here. We also need that bonfire, right? If I want that bonfire experience.
In the midst of battle, this side street seems to be strangely quiet.
No. Do what you were told. Not what you think you were told. There we go. Alright. So that should make that little bit of experience locked up. Because there's one right there. And just walk behind this direction and light this. There we go. Hey, welcome. I'm about ready to hit the end fight, so you made it just about in the perfect time. Let me hit some buttons. We are taking a lot of light damage here for some reason. I need you over here. What the hell? Am I gonna heal now? Oh, and this chick is a Stygian? Oh, this is gonna be impossible. Huh. Alright, knock down the trash. Naruto's doing his best. At least now all that damage makes a lot more sense. What did she eat? I didn't see anything. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Unfortunate. Next 20 seconds, we should be able to have her knockdown, basically. Nope, stay down, crazy. No, 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 no. That was not far enough. Oh, okay. Whew. Her being a Stygian and healing is real, real bad. I don't know. Alright. Where's Duder? Duder is in. Yeah, there's Duder. Alright. Do we summon our dog here? I guess we probably should have. At least it's a reasonable extra amount of damage, right? Okay, and Anardo needs to go somewhere up here. Probably not in attack mode. And I'll go here. Really, huh? There's a Carney. The Carney can't reach us yet. I mean, I feel like our... Okay, now we have to kill Carney. I feel like our single target damage was okay there. Like, once we kind of, like, settled in on the beast and was able to just hit it. Maybe also it's just... everything else so far has just been a champion, right? So maybe we're able to kill things a little bit quicker. Voices. It didn't quite work the way that I wanted it to, but it's fine. All right. Okay. Okay, chain a dose. One of four. And then I think those are level 22, right? Yeah, 22, so we could go up a level, but I don't think I'm going to mess with it. Sounds good. Just kind of follow me and we'll be okay, I think. Do. Yeah, I have bells of opening on me. That's good. Also sounds good. I'm going to be going through King's Forest. Unfortunately, I have not learned a different path to Shingadingadong that I find to be as quick or as efficient as this path. So that's why I go this way. Yeah, here we go. I often will get lost on which road I want to stay on. So I feel like I tend to work my way more to the west than I want to. But then I feel like I often put myself in a situation where I force myself down in the river to the east, and that's not what I want either, so I need to be careful. Yeah. I often have like a weird and complicated path to get there. Yeah, I don't have the shifter unlocked. I never take the time to do that. So I'll be right there. I tend to do Death Undone first and then the other two. But if you end up in a situation where I had a different quest first, it doesn't really matter. I always have to kind of find my way. And of course it'd be wet and rainy and hard to see in today's, yeah, see, I'm like way this way. There we go. And that's the wrong hill. That's the next one over. And then we're there. So yeah, I continuously find myself in that just slightly wrong area. And I'm sure there's a more efficient way to get there, but this is, for whatever reason, the path I generally end up kind of following. I should look and see if anybody else has a more efficient path in that regard. Alright, see how many hit points that costs us. About 50. Oh, that's a good time to lag. Well, okay. Alright, it was not ideal, but we can get through it. Okay. A little less than 50. 67 to 19. It's like 40, no, 38. I don't know, some weird number. My mather's not working today. I should just be able to take my level and multiply it by 2, but that's not always going to work. Alright, let's go pick up... Huh? Are you still there? Like, as soon as I get to the middle portal, you're gone. Alright, like I said, I'm going to head to House of Death Undone. Unless you jumped into another quest. But, yeah, there you are, okay. Okay, that's the beginning. Alright, found it. I saw that. You can open it. It's fine. Okay.
The guardhouse ahead leads into a portion of the city dominated by House City.
Yeah, we'll just keep it a chill Reaper 1 for now. I'm not that bothered. I do that every time, basically.
This grand courtyard serves as the entry to a sprawling House Sin compound. According to your sources,
What also is weird, though, I guess I should say, it's hard to judge where the new stuff is. The changes from update 51. So, like, I've never leveled up a Hand-Art Barbarian before, right? This is the first time. So, I'm already trying to decide how it feels based off of other melees, other 2-weapon fighters, and stuff like that in particular. So, like, throwing in the update also kind of makes it feel weird. But dealing with the kind of numbers that I'm hearing other people are dealing with, I'm definitely not having those kind of numbers. So, ah, 1 o'clock almost. So I'm just going to have to accept that winding the cuckoo clock's going to put it slightly further ahead until I decide to manually adjust it. I'm just not ready for that life. So that's how we get our only big hit, by the way. That is our biggest boy hit. We hit this button and we leap in with our 1 pounce. That's all we got.
The unexpected glare of torches lights the room. No doubt this
Just playing this particular one and probably the next one under a little bit more of a convenience type mode.
stone floor scorched.
Our other barbarian here is also pure. There's usually shenanigans in here. Enough poisons eventually come in that we get paralyzed. Yeah, we're just doing all sorts of timing bad here today. It's fine. We'll probably end up coming back to here, I imagine. So if you want, you can just wait here and I'll go and I'll come back.
Seen so far. Surely some sort of unspeakable ritual must be. The guards watching the ritual chamber make no attempt to stop the arrival.
Yeah, probably. I just would like to be able to get healed a little bit. My damage is not very good. Call me paranoid. Voices.
Position will be much weaker now that the remaining undead crumble to dust. Chamber burns.
Alright, we'll go over do Rusty Blades and then free the people. I have to say, thanks to G Music, I stole the image that he shared on the Magic page this morning with my Slime of Magic group. It's been a big hit, getting lots of interaction. That's good. Pre-release this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so we gotta get that participation as high as we can.
The guardhouse ahead. one of the gateways for which Shindelin has become known as the City of Portals. It leads through the
Just as Shindelin was built on ruins, so shall our empire be built on the ruins of the weak cities of Cormier.
I don't know why it's so hard to click on those little scrolls.
I
It
can
shouldn't
already
be.
imagine great trenches full of slaves, grand towers touching eternally darkened skies.
Just dawned on me that I don't know if I ever got Michael restocked in here. Before I go ahead and grab a gold seal higher, you don't happen to have a Michael, the Pious, or whatever, or a D-door of some sort, do you? I meant to restock on them, but it looks like I did not. Feel like that's close, but not quite the same. Okay. Hirelings, mid-level hirelings, and one Michael the Pious. Okay. So not being prepared just cost me 100 favor. I have to go re-earn. Alright, I'll be right back.
The Dunrobar guards hardly blink as you walk by. You are no more than a lowly servant. The courtyard of House Dunrobar opens up before you. This bell is used to summon all House Dunrobar for demonstrations, tests, and ceremonies.
Scariest quest in the game. So many doors.
The martial discipline of the house.
It's an old school Dungeons and Dragons joke. Doors are the scariest monster because anything can be behind them. Like the lag monster of DDO now. The scariest monster. Alright, what's... Okay, sorry. Again, I have to pay attention to monitor my work stuff. There's some stuff in the works at work, so I need to make sure that if I get a do this right this minute message that I'm ready for that.
Beyond them are the matron's chambers. You spy a weapons rack by one door. Battlemaster Teblin's prized blades are ruined. All the
Okay.
is to make the fact known in as public a way as possible.
Okay. We need to be careful to make sure that we get our 10 kills or we don't get any Reaper experience. It's easy to not do that.
The bell reverberates in the courtyard.
And I'll have Michael put another D-door here. Okay.
Suddenly an angry voice booms from up above.
I think that'll stay there forever. I think his are permanent or whatever. Okay. There we go. Two idiots are way over there. Alright, we can kill the big guy. By we, probably you. I'm gonna finish this beast mark before he paralyzes us all to death. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this open, but I'm gonna try. And I'm glad I did now. Alright. Let them go to combat mode so they can protect themselves. I mean, we paid for it. We might as well let him do his thing, right? Even if that thing doesn't do all that much for us right now. Alright. I don't particularly feel like going crazy. I think this is fine. I'm not busting keys for all these doors, so we're just going to knock them open and kill monsters. I feel like that's probably fine. We're just going to have to knock all the doors down. I'm not going to bell all this stuff. Well, I guess I can't. I guess you can't smash into that one. Kind of like this double tap, actually. Being able to leap to two different things. Like approach, kill a thing, and then approach again. To the next thing. Not opposed to that. Alright, well, he contributed as much as he could. Try to keep everything honest here. This is where the strike through, I think, is just so much better than two-handed fighting. Like I damage. I don't feel like I have made up that much damage from the like strike through loss. Okay. Oh, the healer died.
captain investigates the racket.
Okay, well, actual scary danger happened, so... Well, I'm glad we weren't alone. If we were alone right then, I think we were died.
The slave piniards lead down.
Alright, my skills. My UMD is 44. Okay, just put my UMD together to open these things. Oh, looks like you got it though as well. Excellent.
The slaves in the sleeping quarters are unattended by slave master or guard. Their collars.
Oh, I didn't even think about strength. I always just use UMD. But I usually have that. I usually don't have strength. That just means it's two of us that we can free these Slavs.
Beneath their drowned masters. Some are tasked with crafting a slave master quickly calls out.
No, it's too late. All right.
An exasperated voice comes with the sound of an opening door.
All right. So I. So I'm starting to get the idea that I unnecessarily paranoid. Must just have a number. I don't even know what it is. Huh. Excuse me. I'm lightheaded. Like I said, I've not been feeling very well the last couple of days, so I'm feeling better today than I have been, but I'm still recovering. Definitely still having moments of lightheadedness and whatnot.
In the kitchens, slaves cook and clean under a slave master's watchful eye. The slave master looks you over.
An unbroken slave in my kitchen? You are very stupid, for I am very lucky.
So there'll be a group of dorks here. Okay.
Slaves stand beside large looms of spider silk, weaving fine garments for noble crown.
Doesn't really matter how you get there, but he's over here.
The slave master takes one. The slaves are free of their master's
Man.
control for now.
Those spiders will typically come to life.
Without a fool's power.
Maybe we were quick enough we don't have to. Okay. I mean, if they're gonna fight NPCs, I guess I'm down with that. Nice. Alright, so as long as we can keep some alive in the next fight, we'll get that experience.
An authoritative voice can be heard down the hall.
Clean that up, slaves. I don't care if your fingers are bleeding. Your miserable lies mean nothing. New captives await me as we speak.
They respawn.
Who are you? Couldn't wait to give yourself to House Avathul? Very well. What are you waiting for? Slaves, get them!
Try to get this carny down. And go get on the boss. Alright, where are you? So again, the main advantage of this is that I don't have as much strike through to like tear up. I don't know this. The next group over here, but strength check, strength check. Alright, advance and do the last one. I'll probably just carry on and do chain 3 after this. Or don't drink the water and then chain 3 after this. Let's see, R2 Ravenloft. We're in the middle of Ravenloft. Not be unafraid. I know, I kind of got a little bit of experience earlier that I would have saved, potentially, but I likely would not have done it all anyhow. We did like all of chain 1 and chain 2 Ravenloft this life. So I just would do chain 3 to be flagged for Strahd. And like I said, that's just, or Bob, whichever the ones, I think Strahd. And just kind of gives an opportunity to pick up some quests that we don't normally do. But that does mean that you have a tendency or a problem, at least I do, of accidentally leveling out of your window. So, thankfully, some of these have a nice big gap in them, but some of them don't. So that's part of the reason I wanted to make sure to go back and do finish up chain 1 and do chain 2 today. Portal, can you please take me to Shing-a-dang-a-ding-along? Man, I realize I'm just not really paying that close of attention to what's going on over here, but
For which Shitterland has become known as the City of Portals. It leads to the third furthest reaches of the Underdark, the surface realms, and beyond. The Drow regularly use such portals to return with plunder and slaves.
Yeah, okay. I don't feel like I need to summon the D-Door again. In fact, I probably should go throw him in the shared bank to stop the timer on him, but that's fine. I have no problems with whatever. We'll just pretend like we have total confidence in our build, and we'll just fake it. Must be through this door. Huh, I swear I saw a Reaper. And I was thinking about that and not playing the encounter that was still there. Alright, do you care which way you go? I don't care. Alright, well then I'll go this way. Aha! He is on you, but I can always call him to me. But I can't send him to you. Right, that makes sense, doesn't it, chat? The reason I sent the hireling on the Barbarian is so the Barbarian can have company. Now we'll probably Zerg to the door with a sprint boost. More?
You'll need to take care of
That's good.
or you'll be able to reach the spell component.
I'd really like to get that to land more often. Again, the pounce is like our biggest attack. So if we're gonna hit like a bunch of extra damage on it, that's what we probably want to be most likely to double. Negative level, huh? Just say I was not expecting a negative level. But I guess I didn't actually take the time to use my death ward clicky because it still shows that. Also, Anardo has teleported us. Hope you're good because Anardo has joined me now. He teleported over here a minute ago.
Now that you've found both magical components, Elemental can open the portal within the main chamber.
Yep, me too. Nardo can teleport to us in a moment and be fine. Okay, well, we made it back before our friend, but probably because we have more sprint boosts than them. Hello? You have to actually talk to him? Okay. I didn't remember that being the case, but... I'm too angry to be more angry. Okay. She didn't give us a whole lot of choice in the matter, did she? Just get whacked.
The Temple of Loth lies before you, preeminent in its position high atop the gigantic
Not too late to stop my scrying, surface dwellers. Now I will find the thread of the weave and deliver it to Loth. Wait, can it be? It's the girl, Anna. How delicious! The brave heroes delivered the thread of the weave right into my hands.
A whole lot of nothing going on right now.
Weave is my gift to you. Now enter the portal, girl, and accept your fate in the demon realm. You cannot resist. Kill the surface dwellers. I command you in the name of the Spider Queen. Bless your servant as I slay these worthies in your glorious name. Mother of spiders, send me your children to cleanse your temple.
Hey, it's going alright. How about you, buddy?
Moat is unstoppable now she has the thread of the weave. Godmother, send forth your demonic minions to slay your enemies. Help me defeat your foes. Did I not bring you the thread of the weave?
Charred mains last night, so you have Korthos today, but you're level 4 for your static. Nice. Yeah, I'm just trying to
Hear me?
stay busy, I guess. Play through these levels, see how the Epic Destiny change feels on this melee, see if this thing starts to feel good. So far, I don't think that's a particular danger, but
Please,
it's always nice to check it out.
consort. It is the pitiful land dwellers that we should focus our magic on, not each other's house slaves. Drow men have their charms, but do not waste magic on compelling them when an order will do. You are a matron mother. Act like one.
I'm thinking like don't drink the water and then maybe move on to chain 3. What do you think? Okay. Alright, so this should be pretty chill. And finishing up this saga will be nice too, right? Maybe not finishing it, to be honest. I don't know if everything, it's just 1, 2, and 3 and then these 2 quests, or if there's a few more things that go along with that.
After a surprisingly long climb down the well, you find yourself in a cavernous expanse. You can see that the well water is fed by a fetid underground stream.
Alright. Where's my frenzy at? There it is. Huh, I wonder why frenzy got taken off of the bar somewhere. Well, I don't know what kind of Reaper that was, but I'm glad we murdered it with our beer thing. We're only going to get a 50% rate. I'm glad it decided to pick the one that was probably the most dangerous. That was awful nice of the RNG today. See, even that did not feel very correct. And that was like a lot of damage for us. Even that, I mean, look at the other barbarian just getting all the aggro instead. Hey, welcome. We're about ready to grab the that first little shrine area. Why do you think this build feels underpowered? It actually shifter, or is it a poor mesh of the single target style of hand wraps and barbarian trees? I think it's that. I think the hand wraps, there's not enough stuff to make the hand wraps feel good. And it could be that I just don't have a hand wrap, right? If there was a hand wrap, I think it would certainly help. But there's certainly, like, Visage of Terror doesn't feel like it doesn't add anything to this style of play, right? So I also kind of think that maybe I should be in a Cult Slayer. Like, maybe a Cult Slayer would boost things enough that it would feel better. But I just... Part of it also has to do with the fact that everything has shifted. And again, the other life on the Light Blaster build felt so good, right? For the equivalent of 4 mana and clicking a button, I was doing 2,000 points of damage consistently without a crit. And now I'm sitting there just like holding down the button. This build would be better if it was 12 Ranger, 8 Barb, and Tempest. I suspect you're probably not wrong. We could try it. We do have one more Barbarian life to go, one more Shifter life to go. We could try to do it, see if we can fix it. I have no problems with trying to make that happen. But I feel like I spent so many points that this is the most points I've ever put in a racial tree, and it still doesn't feel powerful. Right? Last life was the most points I ever spent before this life, and it felt so powerful. Like, it felt like it aligned with the build. It felt like it made sense. Right? Being a light blasting cleric on that race, on the sun, on the Morn Lord, or whatever it's called, however you pronounce it, felt really good. Like, it synergized well. The build that it wants you to play all makes sense and all jives together. I didn't have to think that much about it, right? It just kind of lent itself to a good build. I don't feel like there's a build here so far. I like the Ravager better. Yeah, I'm trying it. This is the one that everyone tells me is the better version. I just, for whatever reason, it's not that for me. I don't know. I think if they made it a ranger level instead of a barbarian level for these hand wraps, that it would be huge. Like the ranger Tempest slap barbarian, or slap like you could build this as a slap cat two-handed fighting ranger, and it would feel better than what this feels right now. Also, I think a big part is that I don't have a sentient weapon for these hand wraps, right? Because again, the level 20, level 15 thing's not that big of a difference. So I'm having to do like swap stuff to do boost power-ups. Which I'm not good about because I don't like making those kind of swaps. So I'm certainly losing some power in that regard. Like, look at the difference of damage when I did make the swap, right? It feels much better. So part of it has to do with just not having gear that feels like it's worth the investment to redo my sentience items. Nodin main's a Barb. He may be able to help now that I played his Barb build. It was really good. Yeah, if you have something that you think would be relevant on the slap cat build, let me know. Again, it's all here. I think that I'll probably suffer through this build, and then I want to do a prepare for hardcore server life. So I don't know what that's going to be yet. But we'll probably do... we'll probably end up doing the Shatterkai life for that, because I feel like it's easier to go ahead and just have traps and go back through all those quests. So what I mean by that is what we'll do is we'll go to certain level points and we'll level up and we'll do the quests at that point to kind of refresh. Like we'll go through Keep on the Border. Well, I think Keep on the Borderlands are probably good enough with. I don't think we need to refresh on those. But like... But things like Swamp Marsh, we'll go through and we'll practice. We may or may not pick a build that has that also mirrors what I'm thinking about doing on the hardcore server. I don't know yet. Hey, buddy, we actually just finished that quest when you hit the LFM. I was thinking about moving into Chain 3. What do you think? Alright, sounds good. On hardcore, can you gear as far as you go? I don't understand the question. That's not a way that question computes in my brain. Farm. On hardcore, can you farm? So usually what happens is there's a level cutoff to be able to enter a quest. So if you want something, you'll have to farm it while you're within that level range. Yes, that would be perfect. Chain 3 of Evening Star, yes. Gear farm as you go. Yes. You have to, if you want something, you have to farm it up. Usually the person that is the highest level will be the person that I'll be using to farm gear, which means that'll probably be the main person. However, alright man, have a good one. However, that's not always true. Yep, Demon Web Chain. So, like, for example, it's not uncommon to spend quite a bit of time farming in Ravenloft or Sharn. I don't know. Also, for those of you who potentially are interested, I did a little bit of like a monologue-y type opening at the beginning of the stream in regards to apparently some people did not like my we start with IBOBB or houses. See, I don't understand the houses. Stealing the Demon, Reclaiming the Rift, and Trial by Fury. Alright, see if we get everybody on the same page. Zib, does that all make sense? Or can you hear me and I could use voice to try to explain? I have the feeling that we're just not on the same chapter.
It is terribly fun to see the panic in your eyes as you realize how helpful you've been to my cause.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That you're probably on the previous chapter we just finished earlier today. If you get in with Rain right now, they'll be ready for chapter 2 pretty soon, I think. Yeah, you too, man. Thanks for coming along. I'll be doing more stuff later after this, so I'll be around in, probably 40 minutes. If for some reason you are re-available. All right, man, have a good one. Thanks for coming by.
Because you have kept me so entertained in your final hours of life, I will extend a courtesy to you once you are dead.
So this one I usually find to be super easy. Let's try just a little bit higher on the skulls here. Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking. For this one in particular. After that, we can go back down to chill mode, but this one I think is really easy. Assuming you're down with the back way. I just, this build seems soft to me compared to what I thought a melee would be. So, I don't want to try to do a hard carry on anything over R1. I feel like when I put the LFM up, I should be responsible to carry the quest. So.
A huge, bestial form looms in the distance. A booming voice shakes you to your bones. Portals here, in my domain.
Always pick up this first one for, I don't know, habit. And then we all just head the back way. This one's going to be all sorts of wrong, isn't it? Okay. When it's like this, I believe you do both buttons and then work your way down. I think. Yep. Okay. So it's been a minute since I've done slow 3x3s. Alright, and you're good with the jumps and stuff through the back, you said, yeah? Yeah, okay, perfect. Perfection. Just do this quest in the chillest possible way, and we'll see what happens. Kind of surprised Vilov never showed up today. He sent me a text and that he was going to chill around until I logged on, so I thought I would see him, but maybe he decided to get on a different server. So did we get interrupted here? Is that what happens? I feel like that should be a non-interruptible ability. I may have to go back and watch the replay to see what happened to... I saw no effect at all. Meow. Okay. This quest can be a lot of fun. Especially when you can kind of ninja around a little bit like this. Hopefully we're keeping everyone's eardrums in their ear today. Not very good at this jump, but I have the ability to try it once, I guess. Oh no! Oh, is it really going to bounce me around? Alright, it's really going to bounce me around. We'll see where it puts me. Worst case scenario, I'll just open the thing. Alright, where to put us? Oh, back in. Let me back at the beginning, so I'll be there in just a minute. Alright. Yeah, that particular leap I generally have a problem with. That's why I usually grab the one gem. But I thought I had a leap and I would try it. Alright. Thankfully, we are pretty quick. Although this Reaper caught us, so... That's funny. Oh, now we're definitely screwed. Huh. It's funny. Got attacked by a Reaper and then pushed backwards. I'll be there in a minute. Gotta wait for our death timer. And normally we'd probably just go ahead and summon our person. I guess we will. Still just summon our person. Try to get a res. I have a bad feeling that he threw a res at a bad time. Oh, he didn't. Alright, good. Alright, we'll just get back to taking off again. Alright, big jump. Jump over all this, through this thing. Being able to like leap around this quest is certainly cool, but also a massive pain. I want to make sure that that Reaper doesn't catch our guy. I have the feeling that I'll find out that wisdom thing got used and the door's open and we're just trying to catch up, but maybe not. Maybe I am the great key master here. Alright, sorry about the delay. What? Okay. Where'd it go? Guess I'll do another one really quickly. I wonder if you drop it when you die? Cool. Yeah, it must. That Plague Reaper cost me more time than I thought. All right. Huh. I usually go ahead and clean the spiders here. Just not to have to deal with any additional alert or spawns. It's nice to have somebody who is listening. As far around that corner as possible. Now, if you recall, we Reaper forward this next part with ease. Last go around, I don't think we're gonna have quite such the ease this time, but we'll see. Oh, we can't use that. Okay, so I punted that real bad. I got pinned and Reapered again. Alright, sorry. I'm also getting like a bunch of messages here. Okay, these are all problems that I don't have to worry about right now. Ooh. It's been a minute since we've had some Do I Want to Be Ja Famous action. Is there another one that I missed? I don't know. Thank you, Beef. Appreciate the assistance there. Alright, well, good job. I'm glad that you came to do the quest. Feeling a little soft today. I also feel like at some point we should get into the really fine, nitty and gritty type issues with I'm having with Update 51. I feel like that's going to be a longer, deeper conversation. But we'll have to just see, right? Now, granted, I did intentionally turn off like 30% hate, right? Because why would you be a melee and not a tank and not have this, right? So, those are definitely in. Alright, I'm fast. I'll probably be able to live. Have your voice on. I have a leap and a sprint boost and a Barbarian speed. Generally fine. I dick dodged that Reaper.
At long last, you hold the arcane orb that the wolf gave to Ultimate. You've accomplished your mission and helped.
We accomplished our mission.
The Queen's plans. Though it's a dangerous thing to draw the attention of an angry god.
Please don't do this. Okay. My Facebook decided to go insane, so hopefully it didn't decide to melt the internet. Probably did. That's fine. Alright. Pick up this 3,000 experience. I'm gonna pick up this 3,000 experience. You can go whichever difficulty you want for this one too. This one also doesn't bother me that bad. The next one though, I'd rather just do on easy mode.
Tapestry of destruction and survival that you see around you.
Bask in the glory of my works.
So whatever difficulty you'd like here is fine. That's fine. We can just do 3 again. That's totally fine. Again, I just these first 2 I always feel are real easy compared to the last one. So, and honestly, we probably could have done all of the other quests at like Reaper 3, but
The Yugoslav deliverance stands on the next rise in his true form, waiting.
yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the last one on harder than like a 1 without a full group. It's just easy to run into a situation where someone dies when they need to pull a thing.
You have come to honor our bargain.
Alright. Not the button I wanted to push, Sam. Excellent timing as always, though. So unfortunately, we have to stop and kill Reapers.
The shattered remnants of some fallen kingdom rest between the demon web strands. Somewhere in here is the ruins keep, the demon Kishnara, and the orb. To guard the orb entrusted him by law.
In the Belly of the Beast was for sure in the top 5 hardest quests when we did R7 just static group. I bet. I don't like that quest anyway.
Several drow stand arguing for the first sign. The sign has ceased, but something feels wrong. Perhaps shakes.
So bad.
Sign of binding lies at the edge of
The arena fight was insane. Struggled through it just then. You have to fight in an area where you constantly take 500 to 600 acid. Exactly. So it should all decay because they all have brains. They should know fear.
the second side floats just at the edge of the promontory. That must be a way up. The sign trembles and then is still.
See if we both make it far enough past. I have the feeling we both are not going to make it far enough past. Yeah, we definitely did not. Okay. Go back up here and see, like, sometimes it just doesn't work. What is up with that? Like, there's zero chance all three of those guys, none of them stunned even. It has literally, if you pass your saving throw, you're stunned. Just clearly something wrong with it, right? I'm not just crazy. I mean, not just.
scene. A dark tribute to chaos, to decay, and a solemn henchman stands guard
The
before the third
visage of chair doesn't always go off. It just like sometimes just doesn't work at all. No! No! Avenge me! Okay, I'm not that far away. I'll be there in a minute.
one violent jolt. You feel the third and final sign has been undone. The barrier has dropped. The way into Ruin's Keep, the Uberlock waits for you.
Bring all those guys along. We love experience. Again, I'm not sure if it's just abilities not going off at all, if it's this one in particular not just going off, but we'll see. The AoE shape of Primal Scream, the damage is not a circle, it's two cones, one in front and one behind. That would make some sense.
The demon Kishnara, champion of Vloth, holds court in the great hall of Ruin's Keep. Contempt is written across his face. The Goblazu eyes the mercenaries. Why fight against me? Will you pay us more? Growls of Ugroth's soldier. We're yours.
We got unstuck. I'm gonna, see, like, that should... There's no reason that guy should have not been hit, right? So it could just be that it's not really a cone. It could just be also an AoE. So I'll have to see if I can do some testing on that. It's again another good thing that somebody else was here to do the quest for me today. All right. That scream is really good too. This scream, the primal scream, or the visage of chair.
Its power no longer binds and holds a thread.
So, man. Oh, the primal. Okay. I was gonna say if you're using this, I was curious if it seems to be working for you every time or not. I'm gonna play the look and find it game, I think. Oh, we found it. Alright, everybody, I'm going to step away really quickly, use the restroom. I'm going to put probably just a minute on the clock because apparently I'm now old and it takes me a minute to get started. Be right back, everyone. Okay. Whew. That's better. I don't know if you guys ever get this, but I blew my nose so much over the last couple of days that all of the skin around my nose and face, all of this in here is dying and flaking off like a bad sunburn, like multiple layers deep. Hurts so bad. But it's one of those situations where you feel like if you don't stretch, it's really tight and painful, so you gotta wiggle it around, and that hurts really badly. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a wuss when it comes to this. But I feel like the skin on my face is going to be getting renewed very quickly. I'm going to have a wonderful little facelift soon. I'm going to get started on the quest, if you don't mind. I have an XP pot running. I also had to pee real bad. So, taking an extra moment while I do that was not a big deal, but I like to... okay. I know what happened. I hit the wrong button with my fat fingers. And it's hit the 4 button. I don't actually have to kill all that stuff. It's probably not the worst thing in the world to do, but if I can at least get it to spawn and come down here to get me, then I'll put things in a situation where things should be in good shape. There we go. I'm like, I hit nothing. Dispelled. Okay. I'm gonna write that one down.
Are these scattered masses of rock the work of their chaotic goddess, the unstable vortex of the rift, or both?
No! Okay. Sprint boost with a vengeance. Alright, I'll try to put the hireling back to do most of the door activations, but sometimes it's just not going to happen.
Blocking access to the rift. A voice comes from behind and high above.
Such folly! What did you hope to find? Your blood is bleeding into the Spider Queen's domain. You cannot stop it. But since you are here, if you survive my tests, I will fight you myself. Not bad.
The Dragoff growls. As he lowers his head to summon more adversaries, you note some of your life force fuses into the rift. It grows stiller and more solid. Still, it's far from stable.
Couple of champ fragments over here.
He cheers.
Oh god, he didn't go touch it. Okay. I had to do it that time because it did not. That actually does hurt me because that does make our Visage of Terror worse. But it will be okay. Bigger. Bigger! This is where I kind of wish that I was better at doing these boost swap things. Because now is definitely a time that I should have, or a fight I definitely should have boosted for. In advance. Hey, Leggy, what's up? Oh god, did I not get my hat swoop back? I didn't. Alright, and what's bad is I knew we didn't. Okay. I think now we're kind of finally back to making sure we have everything under control again. Gotta go get a heal. That was too early. Sometimes you can like bank and set your attacks up in a good way, and sometimes they're definitely too early. And that was one of those times, I think. Okay. Sorry. Again, trying to keep a good eye on what's going on at work. Or they just make you feel bad. Or good. I don't know. Either way. My voices. All right. I don't think we've done Giant Hold yet. We might do Giant Hold. Alright, man. Have a good one. Alright, thanks for coming along. I really appreciate it. You have a good day. Alright. It is 2:30. I usually would stop by now, but we started late. I kind of feel like going a little bit long, so probably go another little bit at least. You know what? I think I'm going to take the LFM down for a minute. I don't know what I want to do, but I know it's going to take me at least a minute to kind of figure out what I want. I don't hate this, actually. I think this would be okay. So we'll see about taking our level really fast, and then maybe we'll go join them for Vaughn. 1 through 1, I think. We didn't do Vaughn, did we? I actually don't remember. I kind of feel like we did, but it might have been last life. Yeah, we did those. Dang it. Never mind. Although that's the first one, which we haven't done. So it'd still be a first time bonus there. I don't know. We'll see. The XP was so good over the weekend. I have to start taking these comms to make sure I have enough comms to buy our heart. I don't think it should be a problem, but Java's picking up capped seeds, worst case scenario, on raid days when I do those. I'll admit that I have not TR'd Java yet, but largely in part to I have no idea what to do. Pretty sure we want a double strike here, right? Crush weakness, 15% more damage versus the helpless. That doesn't sound bad either. Because this, I think, makes helpless. I don't know. I think I'm going to just take the double strike all the time. I feel like that's more likely to guarantee a good. Alright, join here. Hey, on my way. Sprint boost, teleporter. It is an extra couple of loading screens, and loading screens are bad, but we're gonna have nearly the same amount of loading screens either way. I know, maybe I'm the only person in the world that tries to avoid loading screens in DDO, but I don't think so. Ooh, a 3 Scholar. Why does nobody just pay this guy his money? So let me ask you a question, chat. If you could turn platinum into experience, oh, they must have fought him. Weird. Wouldn't you? That's what that objective says to me. Can you please turn X amount of plat into experience?
Lana.
Hey, Voodoo, what's going on, buddy?
Lana! What? Danger
The
zone.
real chant, all the voodoos. All hoodoo voodoos that the voodoo does. Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to the first stream of the day, at least. There might be a second, but right now this is at least the first one. How are you guys doing? HCP, thanks for the follow, my friend. Welcome to the Fat Halfling. That, of course, is my school bus that I'm converting into a tiny house. A lot more of that stuff is on my Instagram, USS Fat Halfling. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, that's the place to do it. Alright guys, unfortunately I've done the rest of these, so I'm going to find other first times. Thanks for all the free experience, I really appreciate it. Alright, unfortunately, like I said, we already did the rest of these, so I'm not really sure what to do now. What is this? Is this a panda man? That's adorable. That is adorable. I would like to raise you one Margot puppy. One Margot face. Converting the bus into a tiny house because you can, or question mark. No, hopefully the plan is going to be to downsize into the tiny house for the wife and I full time, basically. Yeah, raid! That's right. So you can kind of see a lot of the different things over here. I've been a lot of dog stuff. I'm trying to work more D&D stuff in as well, but and I need to go out and do more pictures in general. But the wife and I have been in the process of kind of converting for a while, and I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go out later today and I'll take some pictures. But yeah, that's the plan. Hopefully we're going to be able to downsize enough and then be able to travel. So it's part of the reason I've been working so hard to kind of cultivate the stream stuff. But that's where you can see all the things. My cuckoo clock and whatnot. There'll be more Dungeons and Dragons related content going up there over the next couple of weeks as well. So what are you guys up to? How are you enjoying Update 51? I have to say, for the most part, I'm pretty pleased. I can nitpick and I can poke at things. Mostly things that seem to be broken. But for the most part, everything seems to be functional. So it's been recently pointed out to me that I may in fact not have the best pulse on the game. So tell me, what do you guys think of it? I would really like to know. I have not had a lot of playtime, but my Artie is loving it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing an Artie quite a bit, actually. Level 25. We can switch boots. I remembered. Did I bring them with me? For those of you who don't know, I have a bad habit of never putting gear. Because I feel like it just doesn't make sense to take the time to do it. So I'm trying to do a better job of putting some gear in places. Okay, I must not have grabbed them out of the bank. Also, I'm playing a hand-wrap barbarian, and it feels real bad and needs all the help it can get. Where are they? Here they are. Against the target dummies in the guild ship, my rogue is finally doing lots of damage. Well, let me show you what it's like on the hand-wrap barbarian. And I will preface this with a couple of things. Right? We're level 25. And so We just now kind of unlocked this next tier of points, right? Your guildies told you to skip the hand wraps and play the shifter as a big two-handed barb. They would be correct. This was my thought process, and people can tell me if I'm wrong, but my thought was, if it's ever going to be good, it's going to be now. If something's ever going to slip through the cracks and make something really, really fun, it's going to be right now. So, like, we could just pull in all this extra helpless damage, right? Because this gives helpless. No, none of this gives helpless. So, one of the things that really is bothering me about this is there's no consistency to how these are laid out. For example, here's one of the epic attacks, here's one of the epic attacks, right? And then here's another one. So, like, they're not in the same column, let alone in the same row, like up the tree. I can deal with that being higher or lower, but I'd like them to be in the same column. I would also really like to have the mantles be in the same column, and I would like something to show me that, maybe even have it as a prerequisite, like the mantle is a prerequisite for something. But I would like to know that when you're doing something that adjusts your mantle, that's what's going on. Yeah, I don't care about this at all. This seems good, though. See, like, there should be a way to say, by the way, this affects your mantle, outside of reading it. And I read it like 4 times, and I swear I didn't even realize it. So I think that would be a nice change. Otherwise, I don't see anything else that I want to take out of the Fury of the Wild tree. So we put some points over here. So if we don't want mantle stuff, and we don't want dire attack stuff, that means we can do tactics and we can do action boost. I like the action boost stuff a lot. I like the cores a lot. I think the cores are really, really good. Wouldn't wraps barbs benefit from anything in Grandmaster of Flowers? Well, funny enough, that brings another problem with this system. The real Shant. Shant. I can't look. Like, I can't, because I have these points spent in the tree, I don't have any ability to go and look at what the other tree would be like. So, to do that, I have to hit the reset button. So there's a cost to be able to change it. But let's take a look, because I would like to believe that you're correct. But, let's see. Proficient with hand wraps, which we already have. 10 maximum key per epic level. And if you have at least 1 level of Monker in this Destiny Mantle, each core gives you the following powers. So, we'd have to be in the Mantle for the extra perks. But we can consider that, even though I think our Mantle of Fury is where we want to be in, but we can consider it. So then we get some key. I feel like we're going to struggle with key because we're wearing medium armor, but we could change that as well for some good enough things. So we can meditate to get some hit points, or we can meditate to get some more heals. So either way, you can get hit points immediately or hit points after a moment. I don't know. But not something we're looking at. The mantle, we can use a combat style like the monk. I think part of what we want to do is we want to use our claw style, right? That's part of the reason you do the shifter. So I don't want to not be doing the shifter style, which is what the mantle would do. Heal, diplomacy, intimidate. would be pretty good. Some positive amplifications, okay. Stunning DCs, we're not really a stunner, but we could possibly make that work. So, like if we just wanted to try to go up the tree, we'd do this, right? All right, and then we can do some bypass and some PRR. Extra if we have the discipline feat, which we don't. So we could pick up one other permanent bypass. Wouldn't stunning activate my helpless damage? It would. It would quite a bit. And 2, 4, 6 DCs here. And I assume one of these was tactical DCs, right? If I took out Shadow Dancer and went back to the previous tree, I could pick up 3 more DCs there. But a stunning DC is strength plus a D10, right? Or, sorry, not D10. Strength plus 10. Strength modifier plus 10. So right now it would be 34. I don't think very many monsters would fail against that. If I added the extra plus 10 in there, that's still only going to be 44-ish. I still don't think that's going to land very much. And I have to spend a feat too, right? Because I don't currently have Stunning Blow, which I could figure out a way to do it. Dire Charge has a stun though. But, yeah. I don't think anything in this tree involves stunning bonuses. So far. So I feel like we could get some stuff out of it. You have no idea how the DCs work, something you need to work on. So, stunning, at least, was a... Let's see, it's still a feat, right? Alright, so if we do Stunning Blow, 10 plus Strength modifier against a Fortitude save. And monsters can be immune to it. So if I were to ask you to make a Fortitude save against a 45, it's not that great. Eventually I want to build a character that can knock everyone over. I want to make a trippy build too, I think. That's one of the things I like about the bird. The falconry stuff is that this bird trips almost everything. So I just don't know if Grandmasters has given us that much versus the change that we would have to make to our build. Did you see something in particular that I was overlooking? Now's a good time to mention it. Otherwise, I'm going to pick back up the 5 melee power here. I'm going to pick up these 30 hit points. I like getting the extra pluses from the boost. Plus 2 attack and damage with everything seems gas. We're not going to be in the mantle. See, like, this is one of those things, right? This should tell me, because it doesn't tie to that. You like, okay. Again, I do my best to try to share my thought processes with you guys. Whatever that thought process is. And if you guys have suggestions, I'm perfectly willing and interested to hear them. Right now, we're using a Ring of the Stalker to have Ghost Touch. That may not be the case soon. So do we just go ahead and put it in now, or just assume that we're going to change it later? Or do we save this point? I mean, I feel like these points are well spent. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to being level 30. This is one of the few times I may stick around at level 30 for more than just a couple of hours to check it out, because I really want this to be fun. I have Ghost Touch from 2 Destinies right now, but I haven't figured out what I would be better off to take instead of 1 and need points for the next year. That's often a problem that I have too. So I'm going to bring up this Frenzy Berserker tree and my Ravager tree. I really feel like a Cult Slayer is really good for me. But I think that's not going to be more damage. You know, I mean, I think this is still the damage, and that's what feels bad, is that the damage is still so low. One other thing we should consider doing. Not that I really want to do this right now, but what do we have for like hand wrappy type things? Thunderforge some things. What's Thunderforge level 2? It's like around this level range, right? We could find Adamantine Knuckles. They see medium. But if we saw some, that would be good. Excuse me. Oh, I don't have. I have shards on me. Cuda 25. Yeah, there's no hand wraps. Yeah, see, they just don't feel... None of the hand wraps that I'm seeing over here feel like better necessarily than this, which is part of the reason I've not changed anything. Let's do this also while we're here. CC Planner. So ccplanner.buy... I don't know. However, buy the host 14.com. I'll throw that in the chat really quick for everybody. But I use this quite a lot for planning things here. So if I just decide to recreate exactly these hand wraps at level 25, they're now 5d6. 24, 5d6, 23, 5d6, 21, 5d6, 20. Okay. So right now what we have is basically one step behind. So we're doing 2d6 less damage than we could be doing if we were to make crafted hand wraps. That doesn't make sense, right? So it's got to be... It would have to be that we would get something else going on. I don't have these. I thought I did. But I guess not. Take another look, though. Just glance. But I don't think I have much in the way of hand wraps in general right now, so... I don't know. I don't see anything. So, like, are there hand wraps at these early-ish epic levels that are okay? Or do we just continue to fight until we can just buy a pair of, like, Strahd hand wraps? Strahd Raid hand wraps? Which, again, I thought I had a pair. And that's part of the reason I wanted to do this build, but... Right, these right here. So, I don't necessarily think I want to spend a bunch of resources on something like that, but on a couple of lives, but I would really like to see if this thing is fun and good now, or at least better. Yeah, I don't see it. So we must have gotten rid of it for room. So that's the other thing that's kind of going down. That's not real great. All right, everyone. Well, I think we'll probably kill a little bit more time to get to the top of the hour. Hopefully people will have something that they'd like to discuss. I'm still recovering, not being well from this last basically week, so I'm gonna probably send you off on another raid. For those of you who stuck around for and liked, subscribed, followed, stuff like that, I really appreciate it. I hope you guys join us more often. I do stream a couple of times a day. Usually I do a morning stream kind of against Voodoo, and then I do an evening stream. I usually try to take a little bit of a break around this time. But I think that time is going to be sooner than later today, because I am beat. All right. I need to check these things before I wreck them. I don't know why that didn't get sold. Same thing with this too, right? Yeah. So before these get fed to the fire, we'll stick them over here, because those are all mythic special values. Kind of wanted to do a hammer thing soon. And actually, I think I'm going to keep both of these daggers too. Oh, this one's a bound to character dagger. That one also. All right, well, never mind. Those are definitely food then. Bound to account versions of those daggers would have stuck around, but
I grow stronger.
all right. Well, it looks like conversation is pretty chill today. I think I'm going to get out of here for the rest of the afternoon. I'll try to be back around 7 Central Standard Time, and I hope to see you guys then. Meanwhile, I think I'm going to go ahead and raid Nodins. Fellow Sarlonian, so if you're here hanging out for Sarlonians, this is another fellow Sarlonian that you can support. Alright, everybody. Hope you guys had a wonderful day. I'll do my best. I'm going to go try not to turn into a soul stone. I'll see you guys in a couple hours. Cheers. Those of you who are still here, you can hear that Remington's still feeling under the weather too, so I'm going to go join him.